I need you to understand something, my boy. 24 hours later, I'm so distraught. I'm eating lunch jello for dinner. I'm still distraught. However, we still here. We still alive. Tar Heel Nation, it is one of your co-hosts with the most, this side of Mississippi, the captain of the Hooligan Express himself, my McCray, Tornado McCray, and everything which way. And that over there is my co-host. Tell the people who you be, my boy.
That man said that over there. You that distraught that I'm no longer that person? I'm no longer a person. I'm a that. I'm an object, sir. But what's good? What's happening? How you living? It's your boy Ricebox 26, and we here with another North Carolina Live. And if you missed the post game show, you
missed a rant.
You missed several rants for sure. Cause man, oh man, oh man. I just
24 hours later. What are your thoughts, man? What are your thoughts?
Like I said, I'm with you. I'm still flabbergasted at how bad that whole thing looked. I just don't understand how you can open up a season and get mollywopped the way that you got mollywopped.
When I tell you, I've had the day to just stew on this, replay it. I've seen the notifications. I've seen all the memes about it. It still don't make do you know the spectacle that UNC put on for that but like pregame and everything? They had PD Pablo out there singing the anthem. I'm like, y'all did all of it.
You had Roy Williams, you had Lawrence Taylor, you had Michael Jordan, Randy Moss. You put on there was a whole spectacle for this. There was a whole major thing just for you to go out and, excuse my language, shit an egg like this. And it's not even a fresh egg. This is a century egg that you spat out here.
Bro, that is an emu egg. Not even emu. That is a
grade A turd you laid on the field was astounding.
I still couldn't believe it because even, bro, I went back and I was checking the Tar Heels IG story just to see how it looked. And to see the hype when they went up 7-0 and then the story just getting worse and worse. 7-7, 10-7, 17-7. Like that, they weren't even posting clips of the game no more. They were just posting score updates.
Just putting the score. There's no clips. There's no clips to show that are yours. Like that was the worst part. It's like, bro, at some point in
fight back.
Right. And like in the fight back happened way too late when there was fight back. But there was a whole lot of operational stuff that should have been close to, I wouldn't say polished, and I can understand there be some rough edges for week one, but there should have been no way that your team looked as lost and as beaten as they did by the third quarter as they did. There's no way. Like the only way that should have worked, the only way that a game should go like that is when it's been paid for to go like that.
I was about to say, tell me if I'm wrong in this assessment. North Carolina last night looked like if you were playing FCS Southwest in dynasty mode on college football.
They look like you took prime Bama versus FCS South on freshmen.
I'll say varsity
in one button mode.
Not one button mode.
One button mode.
The kids don't know about one button mode, bro. They too young. Remember, they took that away from them. They don't know about one button mode. Like we know how you can switch on to one button mode because that was like when the generation that's up now, when they were the little ones, and we were still.
Like for those who don't know what one button mode is, one button mode was a setting in Madden and NCAA back in the day, to where if learning the rest of the buttons was just too much for you, they would literally simplify the entire game to one button.
Hey,
all you had to do was just move the player. You want to pass the ball, X. You want to tackle, X. You want to intercept it, X. Everything was just X. Everything was X or A. If you had an Xbox, it was A. But either way, it was just one button operation.
I hated one button mode. I was like, TCU, bro, what is this?
TCU came into Keenan Stadium last night and just one buttoned the whole game.
Nah, where that? Hold up. The one time I would ever do this, literally, belts.
Literally, it was so bro. It was so bad that like some of the predictions I had going into it, I was honestly surprised. I was surprised I was pretty on point. I was 3 tackles short on Kamori House's tackle total.
What was it? 12?
He was at 7.
I remember you said 15. I was like, 15?
I did say 15, and then I dialed it back to like 10. So I'm like, no, that makes sense.
Because I looked at you, I was like, bro, 15.
Now check this out. Andrew Simpson, the transfer in from Washington, he had 11 tackles. So 15 would have been possible.
Who did I pick? Who did I pick for first rushing TD? Did I give that to Goss or did I give that to Caleb Hood?
I think you gave it to Caleb Hood.
Hey, I got something right.
Yeah, so I think you gave it to Caleb Hood.
I got something right out this.
I even threw out the warning about Bud Clark.
The fact that you posted that clip before the game.
The same day I posted up that clip saying you would have to watch for Bud Clark. He's the biggest person I'm worried about on that defense, and here he is.
Hey.
There he was, pick 6.
Like, I'm just saying. At the end of the day, you posted that literally 2 hours or an hour before the game?
Like a couple of hours
on our channel. You like, I told you about Bud Clark. I was like, did you? I go and watch the clip. Oh, he did.
And then on top of that,
I gotta get our
segment. And TCU, I think we also ended up saying something about TCU's running back that transfer that they brought in. We had said something about him during the live stream. We even pointed out Josh Hoover and the fact that he puts up numbers.
He can put them up,
like,
bro.
Yeah, like because they throw so much. Yeah, his turnovers he had 11 interceptions, but he put up almost 4,500 yards. Like he put up good numbers. So it's like,
but you know what's sickening? And we were talking about this last night, bro. This is the sickening part, and you definitely hit on this, especially when it comes to the O-line. Our leading running back was Caleb Hood. He led the team with 31 rushing yards. 31 was leading the team. And usually, I wouldn't mind that
if you have the passing yards behind
if you have a passing game of like 350, maybe 400.
We had 173?
172
I think that's what I saw.
103 by Max, 69 Johnson. By Gio. Caleb Hood had 31 yards on 10 carries, so that's 3.1. Benjamin Hall had 22 yards on 6 carries, 3.7. And Davion Goss had 7 yards on 5 carries. Davion. I'm sorry, bro. We can't get that from you. But then again, that's also on the O-line. Got to make some holes for you because none of y'all could get started. I
mean, the other thing is they weren't even like they only gave him 5 carries the entire game. They were rotating Caleb Hood and Hall more than they were Goss in there.
They were, but I'm just saying, like,
then
half of that's on the
and
running
then
backs, half of that's on the O-line. Got to make some holes.
and then there was a couple of times because and then on top of that, you saw Gio only threw for 40%. Now there were several times going in from the second quarter and the third quarter before he got hurt where he threw passes that should have been caught. There was a couple of drops in there. So at least, I'll say at least 3 out of the 6 passes that he missed out of the 10 passes he threw total were drops. So he should have at least had 7 out of 10, in my opinion. But either way you look at it, Gio wasn't reading the field well at all. He was uncomfortable in the pocket, which I understand because your line was getting beat 17 ways to Sunday.
I mean, even though, but we also talked about how this plays into experience. Gio, the line was getting beat. He went 4-10 from the field. Max went 9 of 11 with the same old line.
With the same line. So that's where like we spoke on it yesterday. That's where Max's experience definitely beat Gio out for sure. Because you can tell, like I said, Max is used to this level of competition where Gio's not used to that. You can tell Gio's definitely not used to this level of competition.
Bro,
and it showed, unfortunately.
Have you ever seen a QBR of 1.9?
No, I've never seen a QBR that low.
I'm looking right now at the ESPN stat line. This may be a typo, it may not. But Gio Lopez's stat line, 4 of 10, 69 yards, 6.9 yard average, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, a QBR of 1.9.
I have a rating of 778.
Like I said, it may be. Where are you looking?
ESPN.
I'm on the website right now.
Yeah, I'm under the team page on the app.
Oh, okay. So you're on the team page on the app. See, it might be different because what I'm seeing on the website right now in the box score, they got his QBR listed at 1.9. I'm like, I don't even think that's possible with that. There ain't no way.
I go back, because let me go back to the game itself, because like they got him listed with a rating, like just under general stats, they have him under a rating of 78. So the QBR that they got under the stat line for the box score is 1.9, but if you go under the regular stats for the team and for the individual players, it's at a 78. So I don't know,
because if I go.
Because they got Max's at like a 190 something.
You sure you look at it? Because I'm on the app right now, and when I click on the box score, TCU Josh Hoover's the 78.4, but then when I go to North Carolina, it still says 1.9.
Yeah, so if I go under the box score under the game itself, it gives me 1.9. But if I click North Carolina and then go under stats just under North Carolina, it gives you a 78. Because it gave Max a 190.
Oh, is that thing where it says rating versus non-conference?
I guess so.
Because you talking about, hold up, you talking about this?
Not just that. So,
because it says rating. I see.
So if you go under like general stats where it just says regular stats and scroll down, all the way at the end, it gives him a 78. But if I click on his name, it gives you the rating versus non-conference.
So I think the rating and the QBR are two different things.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's passer rating. That's not QBR. That's passer rating.
That's just passer rating? Okay.
Yeah, that's passer rating that you're looking at. Okay, now that makes sense.
So like a 1.9 QBR, in my opinion, it's
abysmal.
It's an abysmal, dang near impossible number. But when you haven't completed a pass in over 2 hours,
because here's the thing, bro. Flipping the backup for Hoover, Ken Seals. He went over. He only took 1 pass. His QBR is 0.1. I expect that for a point for 1 pass, and it was incomplete. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because Max got a 95.8.
But the fact that you went 4 of 10 and you still only got a 1.9, you ain't even get a 40.
Like I said, if you haven't completed a pass in over 2 hours in real time,
that was a crazy stat. That even
Now I'll admit they were disrespectful that they kept
Nah,
posting that
nah.
that
Because
image
even
up.
she was watching the game with me. She even said it. She said, "Oh, 2 hours?
Yeah, 2 hours. 2 hours and 8
Uh,
minutes before that man completed another pass.
Like, and not even game time. This is legit.
It's in real life.
It was 8 o'clock when he completed a
Eight,
pass.
it was
He ain't completed a
8:12.
pass. He ain't
It was
completed a pass till
8:12 when he
like
completed one.
10:17.
10:20.
Bruh.
10:20 was the next time he completed a pass, which was ridiculous. But like overall, I'm gonna say it again because what I really hope was after that game was over, everybody done changed out their clothes. The first place you went to was to the film room and started and immediately got back to work because
You
there was
went to the
no
film
way.
room or you went to the gym. Those are your only two options.
I'll even let you bypass the gym because hey, you just got your butt whooped. You hurt, but you gotta, but you better be
if
doing some
you
work
ain't
somewhere.
if you are not going to film, you need to be in the gym and working on wrapping up in the tackles that you missed. That's why I'm not letting them bypass the gym. I don't care if you just finished up getting your butt whooped. Guess what? Get in the gym, fix it now. If you are not in the film room, film, I will give you a pass. If you're not going to the gym, go to film. If you're not going to film, go to the gym because that should have left the most sour taste in your mouth getting smacked 48 to 14.
The reason why I'll let Jim go because you getting better at tackling ain't gym work. That's field work. You need to be in that facility on that practice field with the dummies ready to go. Heck, don't even take your pads off. Just take the game jersey off. Put your practice jerseys back on. I'll see y'all out there on the fields. I'm gonna turn the lights on.
They expensive enough. They got an indoor facility by the gym. Y'all can afford some indoor.
I'm gonna turn the lights on. I'm gonna turn the lights on. Don't even take the pads off. We just switching the jerseys off. We'll clean the pants later because we gotta get this fixed today because we got another game in 3 days.
Bro, it just like I'm just looking at this, bro. It's sickening because
it was a disorganized mess.
Because it was you went into the half. Mess. You went into the half, bro.
You were down 10 going into the half.
You were down 13. They're down 13.
13 and going into the half. That's two easy scores.
One, and you remember when I asked you last night on the post game, how far was that run? One play coming out the third quarter. That big run.
Yeah.
One play, 75 yards, 12 seconds. You went from down 13 to down 20. And the bad part is you still had a chance. And here's the kicker, bro. And you'll agree to this. So Carolina's first drive, 4 minutes, when they scored, 7 plays, 4 minutes and 5 seconds. Next drive, 3 plays, minus 11 yards to a punt. Next drive, 3 plays, 0 yards, a minute 33. Next drive, 3 plays, 1 yard, 133. Next drive, 3 plays, 6 yards, 1 minute 16. Next drive, 5 plays, 19 yards, 3 minutes and 4 seconds. That was the one that ended into the pick 6. Or no, that actually ended in a punt. No, that ended in a punt. The 3 plays, 6. Yep, and they ended up getting the field goal. Then you come out, your first possession, after you gave up a 75-yard run, 3 plays, 5 yards, 2 minutes. But then 5 plays, 6 yards, a minute 32. Y'all did not have a drive over 5 minutes until you were down 41-7. So when Max came in and y'all had a 10-play, 80-yard drive that went 6 minutes. And most of these, you didn't even get 5. Most of these, you didn't even get 5 plays.
Most of these, you couldn't even get a first down on.
Could not.
Most of these drives, outside of the first one and maybe 2 others throughout the game until Max came in, you couldn't get a first down.
There are I got you. The first drive, y'all got a first down. Then the second drive y'all got a first down was the last drive you had before halftime. Then the last drive before Max came in was the third time. So before Max came in, you only had 3 drives where you managed to get a first down somewhere. And I'm just basing that off of the number of plays ran.
And what needs to be remembered, and what needs to really be the baseline of anybody's motivation going forward is you have to remember that since Belichick has gotten there, you have been the target of everybody in that division and everybody on your schedule since Belichick got there. TCU flat out said themselves that the reason they had to make sure they made a statement, because if they didn't, they would just feel like they just let disrespect ride. They felt like they were disrespected because nobody spoke on them at all up until it was just a couple of days before this game. They're like, it doesn't make any sense that all the news that we talking about is literally just about this one man, when one, we have so many coaches in college football right now that are, if we're going to talk about status wise comparatively, are comparable to what Belichick is to this particular level of the sport, because they've earned their stripes here. So at the end of the day, yes, we get it. Belichick is one of the greatest coaches of all time. And I'll still stick by him, at least for this season, because I feel like at some point there's going to be some
beside him.
I'm gonna stick with him because we've known, because like we've seen Bill long enough, is there's going to be some kind of turnaround. But it needs to be sooner than later, for sure. Because if you still look like this come week 5,
this is all they're gonna say, bro.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
That's all they're gonna say.
They're gonna start saying, "Okay, sir, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and clock out.
Go ahead, tell Jordan to give you your sleepy pills and
go ahead."
Out.
So go ahead. Here's your box. Pack up your desk, and I'm gonna need you to clock out for me, because, like, I get in some situations, because I've said it before, it's unfair to do that when you know you're in a rebuilding situation, but when you have the level of expectation that this man has, and then you've had all the nonsense that you've had leading up to this point, you were on the back foot to start this season off.
It's what comes with success, bro. It's not even a bad part, and slightly unfairness, but that's the aspect of being that great. You're held to a higher standard. You're held to this higher expectation. It's the reason why people will put Manning beneath Brady, because when it came down to it, guess what? Yeah, they were both successful, but Brady's more successful than Manning in terms of rings, if you want to be honest about it. When you sit there and have this level of excelling, for example, Alabama, the level and standard Alabama has set itself at, you can't falter. You can't, even without Saban. There is a standard.
There's a standard and expectation.
Before Saban, who was the top dog at Alabama that everybody used to talk about? Bear Bryant, considered one of the greatest coaches of all time. And the downfall between Alabama's success and not being great, and then Saban essentially reviving that school, because yes, Alabama had talent, but let's be honest, y'all. Throughout the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s, nobody was talking about it. Up until 2008, when Saban got there, nobody was talking about Bama like that. Not on a consistent basis.
And then let's go ahead and point this out. What also makes it worse for Belichick's end, especially with a start like this, is that the expectations for you were already dropping, or the threat level for him as a coach was already dropping, based on the fact of he had 4 straight losing seasons in New England. Then when he got let go from New England, nobody hired him in the NFL anywhere.
Nowhere.
Then you floated around for a whole season with no job. We see you have to take a walk of shame.
No.
And then the next thing we see, that you got hired here at North Carolina to coach for $5 million on a $5 million contract. So at $1 million a year for 5 years.
Yes.
the expectations for you for that, especially for that high of a contract, and the fact that people had saw that you hadn't had a job, people were worried about it because one, you've never coached at the college level before. Then, what made things worse, especially for last night, is you had 70 new people on this roster. Most other programs don't have a 70 player turnover on a roster ever.
No,
you could be the worst team in your division and you still won't have a 70 player turnover
because you can't get anybody to come there.
And people don't want to go. No, if people do leave, you're not losing the whole squad. Nah. You're not. And then if you do, and then when you have people come in, they're coming in because, oh shoot, I'm about to be the best dude here. I'm about to get my shine real quick. So at the end of the day, it's like you got 70 new guys that came in. Most of them are your starters. 30 of them were true freshmen. I don't think I've ever seen 30 true freshmen on the squad either. You have a young team. I was like, normally you might have 10, 15 max. You have 30 true freshmen, 7 and 40 transfers. That's the whole roster.
That's that NIL deal, man.
First of all,
we're not going to do that. What? Not you zooming in like that.
No, the camera did it on its own. That's the whole roster, though.
The camera said, what? Hey, this is exactly what the camera said when you said it.
Nani? Basically, no, it's all the check mark. It's all the L. And it's so, but like that, I said, that's your whole entire roster. Because think about it, if you even put it on a pro level status, that's a 53-man roster. That's your entire roster minus your practice squad. So you have a brand new set of everybody trying to figure things out. And the few couple of guys that you did have come back, I don't think you had enough guys in the right places to be like, okay, I can help this gel. And we pointed out last night, I think this is a major part of why the Blask injury on the offensive line was more detrimental than we thought, because we asked, who's going to step up on that O-line now that he's out?
Here's the problem. Even with Blask being out there, the entire O-line should not have looked that bad. I'm sorry, bro. Blask's injury was devastating. It was. And it's going to leave a huge hole in the O-line, but Lord have mercy, Jesus, Joseph, and Mary. It should not be this bad. Like, have some pride about yourself. Have some cool. I don't understand how everybody on the O-line got obliterated at one point at the point of attack.
You shouldn't have an offensive line by committee. You shouldn't have an O-line by committee.
You shouldn't have an O-line by committee, but
there should not be an O-line by committee. I shouldn't see two different centers in the same drive unless one of them's hurt. I shouldn't see you switching out your center to see which one's going to do better. You had all spring and you had all summer to figure that out. You come into this week and you swap your centers out mid-session, mid-series, and then because you swapped them out, you have a dribbling snap get to a quarterback where he missed an opportunity for a potential downfield play because the ball got there too slow. That's the other problem I had. I don't know if you looked at the snaps, at least according from what I was looking at. Them snaps were slow.
Oh yeah, they were
lame ducks getting back there.
I can count 4 snaps off the top of my head immediately that were very slow. I can count that. For sure.
But facts. UNC in the trenches look like boys.
Man, they didn't even look like boys. They look like toddlers.
Like I said, this late. The team as a whole.
No, they look like toddlers because here's my thing. Boys will at least give me a fight.
They look like
boys out there. Young boys will give me a fight, bro. What that was a bunch of toddlers who did not even know that football existed or that they were even playing football. I'm sorry.
They look like them kids during the mascot games.
I can't even say that because at least the kids in the mascot games know it's a football game still and they're trying to play. You know who they look like? I got you. They look like them kids that are behind the bleachers, and with the rest of the kids that are during the varsity game,
was playing during the high school games back. Yeah.
Yes. But you know that little portion of kids who don't even know what football is. They're just running around.
They just kind of standing around and running in circles.
That's who they look like. That's what they look like.
Because they were spinning all night. It was so frustrating.
It was so frustrating.
And then on top of that, the amount of missed tackles was egregious.
Oh, listen.
The amount of missed tackles was unforgivable. I don't care who you are. I don't care who it is. I can guarantee you Lawrence Taylor went home and probably puked after that. Just thinking about all the missed tackles.
I'm going to tell you this much. And I don't.
Like he probably threw a chair in the stadium.
I'm speaking for corners and DBs. I'm speaking for guys who have ever played DB. I understand. Sometimes the person coming out there is bigger or more built because they're a running back or guard or whatever the case may be, bro. You cannot look that bad at tackling an open field. That's just like you can't. You got to be able to tackle as a corner. I'm sorry. If you are a corner or a DB in any capacity, safety, lockdown corner, nickel, whatever, and you cannot tackle in the open field in the simplest form, you do not deserve to be on the field, do not need to be on the field. You want to know why? You're a huge liability. You want to know why? Because not every team is going to pass the ball on every down. And that tells me once they break the second level or break outside and you are there, it's a foregone conclusion. It's going to be a first down or a touchdown because you do not know how to break down and wrap up. Shoot, you don't even know how to shoelace tackle. You know how many times they missed a simple shoelace tackle they could have got last night?
Oh, listen, don't even get me started because we can even go from there. There was only two plays that I can easily remember where the pass rush looked like a pass rush, and one of them they got away with two holding penalties.
Yeah,
one.
I remember that one.
That was that play and the one play where they threw the interception. That was the two plays where the pass rush looked like a pass rush.
Bro,
there are other times where I'm watching defensive ends come up and just stand there. You're not rushing anybody. Like I understand that you're playing contain or whatever, but there's no pass rush. There's no reason for him to believe.
You're containing, but shrinking the pocket at the same time and still applying pressure. Because you're literally just trying to surround, close, boom. Give the quarterback no spot to go. That's the whole point of contain.
You're supposed to be forcing the pocket, but you weren't forcing anything. There was no rush. There was no forcing anything to happen here.
And I didn't talk about it last night, but again, this goes back to the secondary specifically. The angles at which y'all were running at for these tackles was so egregious. I'm sitting there, especially the big 75-yard run. I looked at the safety. I said, oh, bet, you just cut this angle off. You can stop him before he gets out there. Bro takes a bad angle, missteps, and trips on himself.
Like I said, it looked so bad.
And
at this point, I'm just gonna get myself mad again. So I'm gonna just go ahead and slide on to something that made people feel a little bit better, and that was watching Notre Dame lose.
By people, you mean you?
Yes, absolutely. So
that man said, every day Notre Dame loses, he wins.
Three major shout outs, but one of them I'm gonna get to in a little bit. The first major shout out is, and I'm only gonna say this once. I don't know if Steve here or not. Steve, if you here, this is the second time and the last time I'm ever gonna say it. I appreciate that y'all won. That's it. Anyway,
I'm gonna say this. Y'all suck, but you did what I asked of you. You get a nod of approval.
I don't think part of me is like, I feel like I don't think we're in the right position to be able to even say that. But
you're right.
We're just
I can still hate. Hey, listen, hating is an art form. I can still hate. Hating is an art form.
And That's the thing, though. They are athletic. That's the problem.
It's like they're not very. They are athletic, which is what was the issue. You are
that's what
too
made it so
athletic
annoying.
to be bumming like this, bro.
It was just bad. There was low effort, like minimum effort on too many plays. It was just bad all around. I don't know what happened.
Okay, no. Oh,
I beg to disagree, but no, like they're a pretty athletic squad. To be honest with you,
define
the problem is
like what is?
I would say now. Define athleticism. Like, what's your definition of athleticism too?
Like, what did you find as an athletic?
You know
team?
what? Like, I could fair that. I could fair that.
But here's the thing:
they look like they were running stiff, running tired all day long. It's like they weren't conditioned.
I'm gonna say this, and this is just for me personally. I'm not saying his definition is wrong. This is just my personal definition, right? When I don't define stiff as unathletic, because I've seen athletic players get stiff due to stage fright, soreness, maybe fatigue. That never meant they weren't athletic. Now, can a player be stiff on the field, like the way they're moving? Yes, but they can still be athletic while moving stiff. I've seen that too.
Because I agree that they played stiff.
Oh, did they play stiff? Yes. I'm not taking that away.
Agree with that.
I'm not taking that away.
If that's what he's talking about, I 100% agree.
Right,
100% agree. Because they look, like I said, they look like they didn't want to be there. Like there was so much pressure that they couldn't. I don't know what happened. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. So with Miami's win over the U, what exactly did
Miami's win over the U?
Yep, Miami's win over the U. So because like I said, overall, like movement wise, they just, like I said, they look like they weren't going full speed on more than one occasion.
To me, they looked as though they thought being with Bill was going to make sweet. They thought that's all they had to do was show up. And because TCU came to pop them in the mouth, they realized TCU was really like that.
At all. And the bad thing is, I don't know how you didn't, if you'd have watched TCU play Colorado last year, if you'd have watched TCU's season openers over the last 2-3 seasons, you would have known that.
I mean, we watched the film.
Like, it's not that hard.